In what may be a preview of the conference tournament final, the East Brunswick Bears play host to the Piscataway Chiefs today in boys soccer action. From J. Doyle Field here at East Brunswick High School, I'm Phil Peterson, and I'll be calling the play-by-play for you today. Coach Dan Hastings' Bears continue to roll along, chalking up 2 more victories this week over Edison and St. Joe's, and running their unbeaten streak to 9 games. The scoring has been well distributed among this unselfish group of veterans, causing confusion at their opponent's defensive coverage. East Brunswick is setting up well for long runs in both the conference and state Group 4 tournaments. Piscataway arrives here today reeling from a 1-0 upset defeat at the hands of Edison on Wednesday. In a classic case of looking past an opponent, head coach Dennis Mayer's Chiefs came up croppers. Currently sporting an 8-2-2 record, Piscataway must win today if they have any hopes of catching the Bears in the division. Earlier this season, the teams battled to a 1-1 draw. Key to the Bears' success today is maintaining focus on their team play. The Chiefs, however, must be alert to the quickness of the Bear attack and look for their forwards to do most of the scoring. With a glorious day before us, we'll be ready in a moment for the start of today's action. Let's set the lineups for you this afternoon. First, for your visiting Piscataway Chiefs, number 3, Daniel Lingon, a junior midfield. Number 7, Ryan Morosi, a junior midfielder. Number 9, Kristen Bilong-Sanjay, a senior midfielder. Number 10, Jason Moreno, a senior forward. Number 11, Josh Wesneski, a senior defender. Number 12, Scott Maynor, a junior midfielder. Number 16, Keith Wiley, a sophomore forward. Number 18, Sean Morosi, a senior defender. Number 19, Reed Collins, a sophomore stopper. Number 25, James Pollux, a defender, a junior. And in goal today, Sean Massey, a sophomore. For your East Brunswick Bears, number 5, Michael Bellasano, a senior sweeper. Number 8, Andy Baldwin, a junior midfielder. Number 9, Ari Schneider, junior midfielder. Number 12, Michael Bronstein, a senior forward. Number 14, Tim Amato, a senior defender. Number 17, Keith Sultana, a sophomore stopper. Number 18, Jared Halpern, a junior midfielder. Number 20, Vincent Vetri, a junior defender. Number 21, Nick Hunter, a senior midfielder. Number 45, Brett Hawkinjosh, a junior midfielder. And in goal for the Bears, senior Mike Miller. Piscataway huddled over by their sidelines. Came off the bus, ready to start right away. They're stung by their loss to the Edison Eagles on Wednesday. Edison having come off a 4-0 thrashing at the feet of the Bears on Monday evening. As we said in the opening, probably a classic case of Piscataway overlooking their Edison opponent, eyeing a rematch with the Bears, whom they tied 1-1 earlier in the season. East Brunswick will be going from right to left, wearing the white jerseys with green numbers, green shorts. Piscataway in the gold jersey, black shorts, going from left to right on your screen. And we're underway here. Number 18, Sean Morrissey, tossing to his brother Ryan. Long throw, trying to hit star forward for Piscataway, Jason Moreno. Hawkinjosh. Loses control. Look for both teams to come out cautiously today. Could be a defensive struggle in the mid-third. I don't expect a high-scoring match. Amato blocked down by Fabian Heredia. Racing to the ball, Jared Halpern. Ryan Morosi cuts it back. Nobody in the middle to pick it up. Knocked out by Sultana blindly. Halpern. Either team having much success finding their teammates with balls right now. There's one, Ari Schneider over to the left side. Touch the Hawk and Josh overlapping. Amato coming down the left wing, a little too far ahead of him on the touch. Sultana. Heredia into Maynor. Nice ball control. Reed Collins. Over to Morosi, intercepted by Hunter. Looking right. Finds Andy Baldwin. Two regular for the Bears out today with injuries. Anthony Alfaro took a knock to the head the other night. And senior Jack Blaylock, who re-injured a shoulder that has been giving him some chronic problems all season. Just 2.5 minutes into this Greater Middlesex Conference Red Division matchup. Neither team able to muster a shot. Actually, neither team able to get inside the other's offensive end. First foul of the day, and Michael Bellisano will survey the situation. Plays it right to left. Schneider coming back. Touch to Amato. Maynor. Belong Sanjay. Racing ahead, Keith Wiley has it hit him in the back. Stepping up is Belong Sanjay. Races through past Sultana. Not quite sure what that call was. As a Piscataway player, maintain control of the ball. Referee stepping off 10 yards as Belong Sanjay. Looks like he's going to make an attempt at the net from here. Little chip through, headed through. Oh, just wide of the post. Beautiful chip over the wall. Piscataway teammates running on the first touch, so as not to be offside. And the ball was just flicked wide of the right post. Schneider heads through. Bronstein. Heredia. To nobody. Maynor looking middle to Belong Sanjay. Good ball control. Plays it left, nobody moving on the ball. Baldwin flicks on. Halpern trying to race forward. Bronstein getting in. Little flick. Oh, beautiful save by Massey. Just came out and did the only thing he could was throw his hands up and hope that Bronstein couldn't get the ball up and over him. Best opportunity so far, 5 minutes into the game. Defensive breakdown by the Chiefs on that one. Pollux. Back to the middle. Sultan intercepts. Hawk and Josh. Tight marking to this point. Bronstein looking left to Snyder. Coming down. Plenty of space in front of him. Looking for teammates. Cross back to Sultana. Chested down. Ball a little close to him. Couldn't get all the extension of his leg. Piscataway holding their line in the offsides, and it is an offside as Schneider broke a little bit too soon on that one. Very close marking to this point. Neither team able to string together a sequence of passes. Amato just whacks it out. And Piscataway will take the throw. A classic fall day right now. Beautiful bright blue sky, temperature, say what, about 61, 62? Not much more than that, maybe 63. Hunter. Got to believe the way events have gone this week, Piscataway may be a little tightly wound. After losing to an Edison team that the Bears had thumped 4-0 on Monday evening. Maynor. Sultana needing a compass at this point to find the net. A little impatient there, is firing from any direction at this point. Bronstein flicked on, working the left side of the field. Snyder trying to bring it down. Cross field over to Morosi. Hawk and Josh. Halpern. Handball. We got a handball. It's calling it time. Referee stating that the handball was intentional, but I don't know that that would warrant a yellow card. It's a reminder that the referee's time is official. Scoreboard clock is merely for the spectators to get an idea what's left in the half. Could have been another handball that time, although it was unintentional. Piscataway trying to break out. Hunter trying to do a little too much that time. Chiefs trying to spread out the defense of the Bears. Quick cross. Little Jason Marino is going to need a step stool to outjump Mike Miller on those. Moreno only comes in here at about 5 feet 4 inches tall. Vince Vetri to restart for the Bears. Touch back to Vetri. Defended nicely by Wiley. And Piscataway will take the toss. One opportunity for each team so far. One on a header just skated by wide right of the Bear goal early in the match. And Mike Bronstein with a break-in. That keeper, Sean Massey, came out, flung his hands up and deflected any shot. Just got enough of it to keep the ball from reaching the net. Hawk and Josh. Belongs on Jay. Good ball control. He's taken down. Excellent ball skills by Belong Sanjay, but holding on to the ball too long. Piscataway stringing together some passes now. Chip through the middle. Brett Hawk and Josh. Bangs it down the right side, trying to find Bronstein. Played back to Josh Wisniewski. A lot of stoppages in play. A lot of throw-ins right now. Amato in the back. Eating up space in the middle. Over to Sultana on the left. Trying to hit Ross Shannon, who just entered the match. We'll have an offside call if the ball doesn't play, and it was. Piscataway trying to pull the offside trap. Good ball, catches him off. Let's see if Snyder can outrace his opponent. Bad clearing attempt by Fabian Heredia. Collins downfield, Shannon with a flick. Snyder and Belon Sanjay. Hawk and Josh switches fields. Both teams need to look at what color socks their opponents are wearing so they can hit the right ones with the passes right now. Baldwin. Snyder looking for somebody moving on the right side. Nobody. Switching fields. Belisano swings it to Vetri. Heavily in pursuit is Keith Wiley. Belisano. Vetri. Nice ball movement by the Chiefs. Chipping through to Moreno, headed out by Belisano. That could have been dangerous. Moreno's the leading scorer on the Chiefs team this year, with 8 goals in their 12 games. Ooh, almost a near head-on collision between Baldwin and his partner, James Pollux, on defense over there. Hawk and Josh with time. Nobody filling in the middle. Things getting a little testy. Referee letting him play on at this point. Keeps the whistle in his mouth. Going to stop the clock for a minute. And we're going to see what's going on here. We have an injured Chief back in the box, number 25, James Pollux. A little unusual for the official to let them play on with the pushing and everything. Both teams badly want to win this one as they had that tight game, 1-1 draw earlier in the season. And both trying to position themselves for a top seeding in the Middlesex Conference tournament, as well as the state tournament in Group 4. Chiefs making a substitute here as they await their throw. Sultana, Schneider, Vetri. Hawk and Josh trying to make that pass to Sultana. Wiley racing downfield, trying to beat the guys. He's by. Good pursuit by Halpern. Help from Belisano. Headed out by Pollux. And Nicholas Hunter will check in, replacing Ross Channon. Hunter heads it through, around the official, and can't maintain control. Dogged defense by Ryan Morosi on the Bears. Morosi with the ball now. Back to Belanchange. Good footwork. Chips down left side. Keith Wiley, crossover, out of play. Coach Dennis Mayer for the Chiefs squinting through the sun, trying to exhort his team on. They came off the bus all fired up. Went to spread themselves around the entire center circle for their stretching. And the Bear players politely reminded them that they were encroaching on their field. And Piscataway politely obliged and moved away. Well, touch pass almost connected with Baldwin. Morosi down to Wiley. Quick touch intercepted. Flick through to Moreno. He's in one-on-one. Oh, miskicked that one badly. Maynor. Back. Blocked by Hunter. I don't know what Moreno was thinking on that last one. All he needed to do was touch it over Miller, and he had an easy goal. Hunter racing down the right. Wisniewski plays it out. Step up by Hawk and Josh, successful. Vetri. Otto steps up. Miller will calmly collect that in his box. Nice drop kick downfield. Headed out by Wisniewski. Morosi loses control. I think at this point we're looking at probably a 1-0 game. 2-1 would be a shootout the way things are shaping up right now. Sultana. Tim Amato stepping up from his stopper position. Throwing as effective as a corner kick. Fires one into the box. And hammered out by Belanchange. Belisano with a chippy. Moreno. Oh, good ball. Oh, poor call by the official. Very late in the whistle. Offsides can be a confusing call, but the definition of offside is there must be an opponent between you and the goalkeeper at the time the ball is first played to you. not when you receive the ball. And in that instance, the referee waited until the ball was received before blowing a whistle, which had everybody up in arms. Hunter wastes a pass down there. Morosi, unaware the goalie threw the ball to him, finally collects it. Sanjay, nice touch. Breaking in, he's got 3 people. One-on-one with Amato, beats him on the inside. Left-footed shot, kicked out by Miller. Bears better pay a little more attention to number 9 for Piscataway out there. He's had some nice runs with the ball so far. Very nearly put the Chiefs up on top. Bronstein beats him on the inside. Snyder running down the left, cuts back to the middle. Over to Channon, fires a shot, just wide to the right. Good feed from Ari Snyder. Channon had the right idea, just wide of the post. And we're nearly 22 minutes into the first half if you just joined us. Red Division, Greater Middlesex Conference game between the top 2 teams. East Brunswick Bears coming in at 9-1-2. Piscataway sporting an 8-2-2 record. And both teams having tied earlier. And we have an odd call. Channon. I'd say at this point, Piscataway probably has the edge on midfield play. Maynor. Reed Collins. Belange Sanjay. Flick on, Moreno in pursuit. Amato. Gets it back. Keeps it. Good ball. And we're going to have a clock stoppage by the official, as Moreno took down Timmy Amato from behind. And will be booked with a yellow card. And it's the rule in high school, he'll have to come off for a while till the next dead ball stoppage, at which time Coach Mayer can put Moreno back into the game. Timmy Amato will come off for a breather as well. Jonathan Hilbert to take his place. Free kick by Hilbert.
There you go, nice ball. Way to play the body.
Referee's creating some new rules as they go along here. Quick cross. Bronstein did a nice job of keeping that ball in. Gilbert. Almost made a mistake and called him Dilbert. That would not be good. Yeah. Maynor breaking in, gets in position. Send it out in front, Sanjay. Miskicked that one as he, looks like he skidded his cleat along the ground before it hit the ball. Got no steam on it at all. They'll switch fields with Mike Belisano picking it up. Don't quite know where that one was going. Held up by Halpern was Belange Sanjay, and Piscataway will get the free kick. About 10 yards inside of midfield in the Bears' end. Bears trying to hold their line up there. Belange Sanjay breaks around. And he'll draw a corner kick off of this. See where the Chiefs scatter themselves, most of them at the top of the box. Breaking on the run. High arching kick, played back. Deep kick, just a little over Keith Wiley's head. Couldn't control it, and we'll get a throw in. Tim Amato back into action. Bronstein with a flick on. Hawk and Josh battling with Maynor. Schneider double teamed. Channon flick on to Bronstein. Up. No control on that one. Things getting a little rough out there. Sultana winding up. Plays through. Back Hawk and Josh. Sultana had the ball lined up to pop from about 20 yards out. Opted to play it wide left instead. Amato with the effective throw. Deep throw into the box. Headed on by Channon. Dummy move by Wiley to get position on Vetri. Good play to keep the ball in by Halpern. Hawk and Josh, nice stick by Brett. Poor decision by Vetri. Turn the ball over to the Chiefs. Snyder shielding off, close to obstruction call, but referee didn't see any harm. Sultana, Channon. Brian Poinson, first time we've called his name today for the Chiefs, sophomore forward. And we got a handball. I would say this near side official is the most talkative official I've seen this year. Maybe that's his partner, might be Barney Miller over there, huh? Little inside joke here is we have a reference that the near side official has a strong resemblance to Abe Vigoda. Hope his mother's not watching this game. Michael Bronstein will come out for a well-deserved rest, replaced by Tom O'Mara up front. Bears playing long ball right now, trying to catch the Chiefs defense back. O'Mara trying to gather it in. Feeds Hunter. Hunter's got time. Ooh, a tricky hop by Sultana. That ball short hopped Massey. Josh with another slide. Headed out. Amara was waiting to volley that one. Just intercepted by Josh Wisniewski that time. Moreno to Belanger. Tough one-on-one player. Beats Vetri. I'm sorry, that was Brian Pointson, the sophomore. Just a shorter version of Belanger. Well, at this time of day, at this type of season, I'm surprised anybody on the Piscataway side of the field could even see that there's a game going on with that sun blazing in their face. Home field advantage. Moreno gathers it. Gets a return ball, hits him in the back. Josh, nice flick by Amato. And we'll have a handball against Brian Pointson. Quickly restart. Little flick by Hunter onto Schneider. Snyder trying to draw the foul that time, but he'll take the throw in instead. Got 5 Chiefs, 6 Chiefs in the box, and 3 Bears. Long throw. Mrs. Channon, headed out by Sean Morosi. Belon Sanjay will step out for a rest, as will Pointson. I'm sorry, as will Ryan Morosi. Now Pointson comes out. Coach Mayer shuffling his troops around. Daniel Lingon. Michael Belisano down inside the box. Don't know whether he turned an ankle out there. There's no contact. Nobody near him. Golf cart on the field, but Belisano will walk off under his own power. Field players will get a quick drink and get right back to it. We're back underway. Miller will bring it across field. Missed kicks. And Chiefs will get it back. Sultana with a blind clearing attempt. Fortunate that it wasn't intercepted. Chandler called for the foul. I'd say at this point, each team has only had one real shot that the keepers had to save. As we're 35-plus minutes into the first half. Sultana has another difficult time clearing it. Headed out. Belongs on Jay. Josh Zeider over there at right back for East Brunswick. Good feed down the left side. Yeah, we'll have Scott Davis and Andy Baldwin in for the Bears, replacing Tom O'Mara and Ross Channon. Zeidner. As Coach Hastings has quite a few new faces out there. Again, to this point, Chiefs have controlled the midfield, or at least have had more success in the midfield than East Brunswick has. Bears unable to sustain much action in the Piscataway end. Two forwards moving through for East Brunswick, but with four midfielders, they should have somebody shooting through. Seidner tries to feed Hawk and Josh. I'm sorry, that was Chris Parker trying to feed Hawk and Josh. Belongs on Jay. Good moving. Tries to find Moreno. Skates through. Gets the ball across. Miller out to block it down. Cleared out by Amato. Parker trying to counterattack. Baldwin. Good play by Pollux. East Brunswick a little disorganized out there. Susceptible to a counterattack as they have lacked continuity so far. Seemingly content to touch the ball out of their zone. Baldwin off of his opponent, and he'll throw it in. Davis swings it White. Unofficially, we're in the last minute of this first half. Daniel Lingon. Not happy with his control. Nobody there. Keith Wiley on the left against Vetri. Touch through. Little behind Fabian Heredia. And we've come to the end of the first half. Very little offensive action at this point. All we've had is a couple of yellow cards, one for each team. Both goalkeepers standing tall in their limited action they've seen. And we will take a break with the score, East Brunswick 0 and Piscataway 0. Well, for the second half, the Bears will be going from left to right. The Chiefs will be going from right to left in this scoreless game. Pretty uneventful to this point. You almost think that instead of playing to win, the Bears are playing not to lose, which takes away any offensive threat whatsoever right now. And we're underway. Quick long ball. Halpern racing down. And we'll get a throw right away. Maybe Coach Hastings felt the same thing at halftime and said, let's play to win. Halpern belongs on Jay. Nice through ball. Ran over by Reed Collins. Headed out by Amato. Channon. Belongs on Jay. Down to Wiley. Sultana now playing right back for the Bears. Channon held off by Belange Sanjay. We'll restart it quick. Jonathan Hilbert and Keith Sultana playing back right now, as Michael Bellasano is still out in the side in his street shoes right now. Looks like he may be done for the day. Right now, the Bears without three key players. Quick touch by Schneider. Doesn't get through. Channon with a little acting job right in front of the official. I think one of those yellow lines jumped out at him, but we'll have to ask him after the match. Referee was right on top of it. Amato toe pokes it through. Moreno back to Sanjay. Belongs Sanjay. That's only one name. His first name is Christian. Heredia. Moreno trying to break free. Racing upfield, Jared Halpern. Through to Bronstein. 1-on-2, however. And it goes off Bronstein. Nicholas Hunter waiting patiently at midfield to come on in. Long ball by Reed Collins. Moreno trying to establish position on Jonathan Hilbert. Does so, cross field. Just cleared out by number 25 for the Bears, Matt Perlman. First action for Matt today. Morosi with a long throw. Punched out by Miller. Headed back in by Collins. Moreno all alone. Flicks it up. And into the goal. 3 minutes and 55 seconds into the second half. And Piscataway has jumped out on East Brunswick 1-0. On a pitching wedge shot by Jason Moreno. Bears failed miserably trying to clear the ball. And they're kind of walking around in disbelief right now. Now watch for the game to open up. And watch Piscataway pack in the defense just a little bit more here. Amato's stepping up. Curls a pass out wide right. Nobody in pursuit. Sean Massey undecided what to do, ends up playing it out of bounds. Piscataway's going to pack numbers in their box now, as they have surprisingly jumped out here to a 1-0 lead early in the second half on a defensive miscue. I guess I would call it a team miscue, as Moreno was left unattended about 5-6 yards in front of the net. And even if he was in the sand on a golf course, I don't think he could have pitched it up higher. Hunter skids. Well, we'll see what kind of a come-from-behind team East Brunswick is. They've not been down often at all this year. Step up by Halpern. Shields the ball, taken away by Morosi. Amato steps up, tries to hit Hawkinjosh. Blonde Sanjay. Toe pokes it through to Maynard. Moreno again, right on. Good positioning by Miller on that one. Hawkinjosh with no help at all. Breaks through down the right side. Trying to find Baldwin in the middle. Stepped in by Snyder. Some of the fans a little upset down there, thinking that Snyder was pulled down the box. And the Bears should have had a penalty call on for them. Game has opened up after that quick goal. Quick cross. Overshoots everyone as Morosi tried to chip one to the far post. Seven minutes into the second half of this 1-0 Piscataway lead. A key Greater Middlesex Conference match between two of the top teams. Over the bar by Wiley. Well, as we stated at the beginning, where Piscataway may have overlooked Edison in anticipation of this match, you get the feeling that some of the Bear players may have seen that Edison victory over Piscataway in the paper and come in a little bit lightly on this one. They just don't seem to have the fire in them today. Hawk and Josh. Good stick by James Pollux. Hunter bring it back. Gives it up at his own end. Keith Wiley cross to the middle. Moreno wide open. Ball headed away by Matt Perlman. Moreno back to belongs on Jay. Quick cross back in. Headed out by Sultana. Coach Dan Haston pacing the sidelines, trying to come up with a combination. Moreno touch from behind. Belon Sanjay wide open. Bears kind of lethargic coming out of their own end now as the fullbacks are just walking upfield. Inviting Piscataway back in. Belon Sanjay tries to get by Hunter. Did not look like a whistleable offense that time, but a lot of kids slipping on this damp, cold turf right now. Amato, nice step up. Hunter. Nobody moving. The natives are getting restless. Perlman. Chip through. Baldwin. And we'll have a kick for East Brunswick. Outside the left side of the box. Hunter will line up to take this one. He scored 2 goals off of free kicks in the last match we had. This one's a little sharp of an angle. Try to cross this one in, help somebody get a touch on it. Betry. Piscataway stepping a little livelier the last few minutes. Baldwin to Bronstein. Catches defender slipping. Breaking in is Larry Snyder. Couldn't get the ball to him, however. Baldwin steps up and just a little too far ahead of him. Yeah, we'll have some wholesale substitutions. Ross Channon, Josh Zeidner, and Tom O'Mara coming in. Replacing Baldwin. Hawk and Josh, and okay, I'll find that third one.
Oh, come on, come on.
We have a new goalie in the game, as Josh Solomon is entered, replacing Mike Miller. Thank you, Scott.
Hey, there's your mark. Get on him. Hey, way to talk it, Keith.
Boom's a left footer. Shannon tries to control. Instead, Maynor. Reed Collins to Moreno, flicks it back to Maynor. Intercepted by Shannon. Swings it right side over to Josh Zeidner. Tries to bring it down. Instead, Morosi takes over. Keith Sultana, nice step up, and we'll have a Bear throw. On the back is Balan Sanjay. Referee says play on. Deep ball knocked out by Wisniewski. Headed back by Amato. Flicked on. Zeidner. Good defense by Ryan Morosi. Ooh, potential 2-on-1 with Wiley and Moreno. Shannon shielding the ball. But almost a dangerous play on Balan Sanjay. Amato came in late on a slide tackle. Balan Sanjay writhing around out there. And referee has stopped the clock. Coach Mayer out there wondering from the official what he was looking at, as Amato did come in a little late on the slide tackle. Well after the ball had been played. On the kick, the clock will restart. Morosi right side to Lingon. Over to Moreno, a dangerous threat over there. The only goal scorer so far. Back to Lingon, cuts back to the middle. Chips into the box. Oh, attempted one touch by Wiley, couldn't get a foot on it. I think the Chiefs have cut off about 95% of every overlap the Bears have tried today. Time to try something different. Work the ball through midfield, the middle of the middle third of the field. Stay away from the outside for a while. Obviously, they've been unsuccessful. Maynor and Ligon playing catch. A little nudge by Lingon, nothing called. So he was riding Josh Zeidner pretty well. Nicholas Hunter into the game, replaces Channon. Amato back to Zeidner. Perlman. Maynor. Snyder to Vetri to Snyder.
Look at your middle. Use your middle more.
Drags the middle. Bronstein. Oh, he's in. He shoots. He scores. Michael Bronstein ties the match up for the Bears. Beautiful feed from Ari Snyder. Took the ball from right to left, caught the goalie going the wrong way, and slotted a left-footed shot into the near post. And we're all knotted up at 1. Now you'll see the play escalate. 22 minutes left in this match. Amato a little mad about that call as he felt he got all ball on that. Dangerous restart coming out for Piscataway. As they'll be just under 30 yards from the goal. Referee stepping off the 10 yards. Well, just like we diagrammed, they drove the ball down the middle instead of bringing it outside. And it finally worked for him. Quick shot, just wide by Scott Maynor. East Brunswick's been unsuccessful working the touch lines all day. Ari Snyder did a terrific job of bringing the marks towards the middle of the field and quickly slotted a pass outside to Bronstein, who took it back towards the middle and caught the keeper going the wrong direction. Headed back by Morosi. Flicked on by Maynor. Maynor in the chest. Moreno with a little touch through to Wiley. For a minute, it looked like Moreno was going to fake the pass out to Wiley and spin the other direction. Coach Haston changing keepers again as Mike Miller reports back in. And Solomon not happy at all about this one. Lingon, Moreno. Lingon again. Belon Sanjay takes a shot, just wide. Miller forced a dive on that one as that was too close. Channon in for Zeidner for the Bears. Snyder will let that one roll out. Snyder recoups. From behind is Morosi. Vetri with a nice step up. And it'll be a white throw. Over the head of Morosi. Bronstein trying to collect. Headed back in by Amato. Channon trying to defend against Maynor. Intercepted. Hunter trying to step in. Channon taken away. Long ball, wasted kick. Sultana hits it out. Bronstein with a flick on to Hunter. Schneider with time, looks over the situation. Just a little too short for Hunter. Snyder back in the middle where they successful before. And we're gonna have a free kick for the Bears. About just under 25 yards out. Look for Hunter to go right at the net on this one as he's dead on. Oh, wide. Right idea, but not close. .16 minutes left in the second half of this 1-1 tie. If you just joined us. Scoreless in the first half. Piscataway broke out early on a little chippy over the keeper from about 5 yards away by Jason Moreno for the Chiefs. The Bears responded 14 minutes later on a goal by Michael Bronstein off a feed from Ari Snyder. Belanger brings it down. Hit out by Channon. Tough ball coming. Good play by Miller. Almost mistimed that one with Wiley right on his doorstep. Maynor with the ball midfield. Snyder brings it down. Bronstein straight it down the right side in a foot race with Collins. Collins wins this one. Perlman. Amato surveying the scene. Headed through. Bronstein trying to flick it on. Just missed it. Bears bringing one of their center midfielders up front now. They're a little more offensive minded. Ryan Morosi from his midfield position crosses. Pointson. Trying to wind for a shot. Lingon on the wide right. Cross back in off the Bears. More exciting second half than we had in the first half, for sure. A little more wide open action. Must be the larger crowd that's been drawn by the excitement. Hunter in control. Bronstein gathers it in. A lot of slippage today. See the cool weather causing the grass to be a little slippery. Bass is having trouble finding the right color socks right now. Snyder out for a breather, replaced by Josh Zeidner on the right midfield. Shannon trying to find Zeidner on the right side. Couldn't get a good foot. Amato with time. Nice diving. Oh. Nice attempt. Ball was out of bounds, however, according to the official. Amato to wind and fire. Flicked on. Danny Lingon. Good touch, points and one-on-one. Coming down at Sultana. Amato gets back. Slows him down. Cross back through to Wiley. Breaking in. Good defensive play. Good recovery by Josh Zeidner, or Wiley could have walked that ball into the net. Quick cross. Header. Oh, what a save. Matt Perlman, right place at the right time. Is that Bilon Sanjay, when everyone thought a corner kick was coming up, fired one across the goal mouth. Past Miller, and Matt Perlman was right on the goal line to clear that header out. Brian Pointson thought he had the tiebreaker right there. Clutch play by Matthew Perlman. That could be one to remember as this game and the season wear on. Bears attempt a quick restart, but substitutions. Otto in the middle. Would like that one back as he wasted an opportunity in there. Hunter, header. Shannon. Hawk and Josh with a flick on. Weak pursuit that time. And we're going to have a bad throw-in against Piscataway. See if the Bears can establish a better position on this throw, as Piscataway is dominating their own box. Keeper pushed on the back of Bronstein. seen only by me and felt by Bronstein. Points in. Send it through the middle. Moreno, flick on it, belongs on Jay, couldn't control. Hunter with the quick counter. Bad control by Hawkinjosh. Amato will try to play it back upfield. Finds Shannon in the middle. Back across. Perlman. Could have a corner kick on this one, and we will. Great opportunity now. Good. Two players trying to scrape themselves off the field back there. See Ross Shannon's other corner kick today. Might have got a little too trying to shoot. Curls it in. Schneider. Blocked down and cleared out by Piscataway. Flick on by Pointson, racing after it. Sultana. Bronstein getting a lot of running in, strips him of the ball. Left foot across. Hawkinjosh, oh, couldn't get control. Shannon. Too many bodies in there. Schneider. Good cross. Headed through. Oh, just wide. Good action in front of the Piscataway goal. As Brett Hawkinjosh nodded one just wide right. It's under 6.5 minutes left in this second half. If the teams are tied after 40 minutes, we will go to 2 10-minute overtimes. So hold dinner, folks. Moreno. Sultana bangs it out. Bronstein again. Hunter lumbering down the left side. Back to Bron. Oh. Crushed in the middle. I think Halpern might have got the wind knocked out of him on that one. As he slid down at the same time the defender was coming to take the ball away. I don't think anything was intentional. It looked like Halpern came sliding down on the wet ground. And a collision just happened to take the wind out of him. Over-exuberant fans demanding justice. If we let the parents blow the whistles, we'd have 6-hour matches. And we'd have to go to 8-hour tapes. Ooh, little nutmeg there on Ross Shannon by Balan Sanjay. He put the ball right through his legs. Maynor. Morosi. Ryan Morosi. Wiley. Schneider and Wiley. Players need ice skates right now. It gets a little deeper into the field, completely engulfed by shade. Corner kick for Piscataway. And Scott Maynor, the junior midfielder. As Piscataway has 5 players at the top of the box waiting to approach the kick is Maynor. Long touch out to Wiley. Never reaches him. Gathered in by Maynor. Amato steps up. Joins in the rush. Bronstein. Amato taking off down the right side. Puts on the brakes as Bronstein dribbles through midfield. Nobody cutting middle, though. Good call by the official. Perlman took out the player, not the ball. Timmy Amato limping back on the right side. He had about a 60-yard sprint for a ball that never came. Danny Lingon. Hit out by Hawkinjosh. In by Piscataway. Flick just wide right. As Maynor found himself all alone. Hit the ball to the outside of his right foot. With a tight, retentive game in the first half. Completely the opposite in the second half here. Game has lived up to its pre-game billing. Two of the top teams, not only in the conference, but in the area. As we're approaching the last minute and a half of regulation time. Bears would sorely like to put one in. Sultana heads over to Snyder. Time for a couple of rushes. Hunter to Shannon. Too much traffic, so he turns it around. John Hilbert. Lingon. Morosi. Nice flick on, but nobody there. Fetri takes over. Morosi back with it. Last 20 seconds. Sultan will try to boot it long, see if anybody can catch up to it. That will probably run out the clock. Racing down the right side. Jared Halpern. And we'll have a throw in for the Bears. As we have just ended the second half. Recapping, scoring in the first half was none. 3 minutes, 55 seconds in the second half. Jason Moreno put the Piscataway on top 1-0. And 14 minutes later, Michael Bronstein off a feed from Ari Snyder tied it up, and that's where we stand after regulation. We'll be back for overtime momentarily. Well, after some words of wisdom from their coaches, both teams take the field for the start of overtime. Conference rules dictate that it is sudden death overtime. If the team scores, the game ends. And we're underway. Well, we will play 2 10-minute overtimes unless someone scores. And the first touch is to a vacant wing. Snyder steps up. Schneider on the left. Taken down, no call. Hawkinjosh through the middle. Shannon brings it wide right, touched out by Morosi. Amato with the throw, breaking in, headed on. No power behind the header, though. Hunter chests it down, puts it back up. Handball in the middle, and we're going to have a call. Chana trying to find a little divot to set the ball up on. I would have thought with Hunter's power, he'd be lining it up to take a crack at the net himself. Maybe the idea is for Chana to blast and everybody else to rush the net. Headed out by Moreno. Amato. And Josh tries to keep it in. Josh Wisniewski. And we'll have a call against Schneider. Long ball down the middle. Confusion between Snyder and Perlman. Snyder with the ball down the right side. Foot race between Bronstein and Morosi. Morosi wins this one. Nice touch back to Collins. Speedy Scott Maynor in the middle. Crossfield over to Moreno. He's open on the left, looking for some time. Chips up and over. Three and a half minutes into this first overtime period. 1-1 game between the East Brunswick Bears and the Piscataway Chiefs. Greater Middlesex Conference Red Division match between the top two teams. Ball played off Zeidner's back. Whacked out by Perlman. Gathered in by Hawk and Josh. Got Snyder racing down the left side. 1-on-3. And we'll get a kick right at the top of the box. Snyder's going to be able to bathe in a tub of Ben Gay tonight. He's spent as much time on the ground as he has in the air, on his feet. Poetic justice, he'll get the game winner. Nick Hunter directing traffic. He'll hammer this one right at the net. And over the net. Janet shielded off by Maynor. And Maynor rides him just enough where he'll draw the free kick. Again, Chandler will draw the free kick. Belon Sanjay. Hunter tries the volley. Perlman with the header. Bicycle kick by Hawk and Josh. Nobody there. Blanc Sanjay double teamed. Piscataway with some dangerous weapons up in the front lines. Blanc Sanjay, Keith Wiley. High scorer Jason Moreno, gathered down by Scott Maynor. And a roll harmlessly to Mike Miller. Snyder was shepherding the ball. Beats Lingon around the corner. And he's taken down again. Referee trying to keep the Piscataway group under control over on their sideline. Amato will switch it over to Sultana on the right. Continued on to Vetri. That'll be off a yellow. It'll be a white throw. Amato, nice move. Nobody breaking out to the corner. Morosi. Amato to fire it into the box. And Zeidner tried to back his way in. He'll be called for the offense. Just over 2 minutes in his first overtime period. First team to score wins. We played 2 10-minute overtimes to a maximum of 20 minutes. If it's tied, then that's what it will remain as. Zeidner just hits it. Hunter gathers it in. Hunter taken down by Lingon. And we're going to have a yellow card on this one. Clock will restart on the kick. Hunter with a long chip. Amato settling under it. That one handcuffed Michael Bronstein. He didn't know which way to turn. Zeidner with the header. Gathered in by Massey. Vince Vetri over to Timmy Amato. Channon on the left. Things not going Piscataway's way. Got about 35 seconds left in this first overtime. Belanger. Miss hit by Perlman. Oh, taken down by Wiley. No call at all. Unbelievable. Yeah, we're looking at the end of the first overtime period as the whistle blows. We'll be back momentarily as the teams change ends. I'll have a maximum of 10 minutes left in this match. Tied at 1, second overtime period. Shadows engulfing the field as we Coming late autumn afternoon. Perlman flicked on by Bronstein. Volley by Pollux. Belanze tried to go through off Amato's head or face. Scott Maynor. Juan Sanjay. I think the referees are having a struggle out there today. Yeah, we're going to have a corner kick for Piscataway. Scott Maynor will line it up as Piscataway takes their positions. Top of the box. Moreno breaking towards the goal line. Curls in. Hit out by Amato. Maynor with it. Swings it back. Headed out by Perlman. Channon out and Halpern in for the Bears. Sultana stepping up. Too much dribble. Lucky he still has it. Hawk and Josh. Schneider on the left. He'll take the corner kick. Terrible call. Good call? I don't know about that. Looked like a bad call from up here. But that's why they pay those officials the big bucks. Hunter to Brett Hawk and Josh. Tries to hit Schneider. Hunter. Deflection. Well, of a corner kick there. Dangerous plays. The ball got crossed to the left side. Went off of Wisniewski's foot. Had the keeper, Sean Massey, completely handcuffed. But the ball went wide. Channon back into the game will approach this. Nice kick through. Snyder with the volley. Amato. And we'll have a Piscataway throw. Just out of Bronstein's reach. Amato over the bar. It's good. Josh Zeidner and Ross Channon shuttling back and forth. Clearing attempt by Wisniewski. Amato, Zeidner. Wide right over to Halpern. Cross back. Halpern is way out of control on that one. Schneider and Langone again, battling all day. Christian Bilan-Sanjay. And we have a bad throw. Mental mistake. Kept in by Bronstein, Michael Bronstein. And volleyed out. Amato steps up, short hops it. Zeidner. A left-footed shot by Bronstein, blocked. Bodies all over the place. We got 2 people down. And we'll have a stoppage. We'll take a break for a minute while the coaches attend to their fallen players. Referee will restart this with a drop kick. Drop ball, drop kick, what am I thinking? Well, he drops it and they kick it, so I guess I'm right. Moreno. Whacked out by Sultana. Brett Hawkinjosh headed through to Hunter. Good playmaker if he gets some time. Nice chip to Snyder. Hammers it. Oh, just over the bar. Just over the bar. That ball hit the football crossbar and came down. Goal kick for the Chiefs. Hunter. It's about 3 times he's had point blank shots over the bar today. Two and a half minutes left. Amato overran that one a little. Hawkinjosh. Throwing for the Bears. Bronstein shepherding the ball around Wisniewski. Nice cross through. Snyder trying to shield it from Langone. Turns. Good defense. Schneider and Langone have been having an ongoing battle all day. Pushing each other off in the box. And Schneider's going to get called for the push on that one. Push on Matt Perlman as the little Moreno bounced off him. Referee has held the clock momentarily as coach comes onto the field. Clock will start again on the touch of the ball. Long. Bilan-Sanjay trying to turn. Points in. Bump it with Halpern. Bronstein. Touch through. Brett Hawkinjoss racing out. Who's going to get it first? Good play by Sean Massey. We're going in the middle of Maynard. Oh, Halpern tried to step up, just a little short there. One last rush. Got about 30 seconds left. Looks like a fitting result for both teams. And that's the end of our match. On goals from Piscataway by Jason Moreno and East Brunswick from Michael Bronstein, we end in a 1-1 draw. Thanks for being with us. We look forward to seeing you next time on East Brunswick Soccer.